a semi-acoustic guitar, flat-wound string and a clean sound. Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsi's Guitar World. Now today's featured guitar is what I would describe as a surprise guitar. I did not expect this guitar to arrive. Now this is not my guitar. This was dropped off by a friend who asked if I could put a set of strings on it. So let's have a look at the guitar. Now this is a big one.
Matron, please.
Look at this. Look at this beautiful big guitar. Look at that. Now I only have this for one day and I've got to get it cleaned up, get it strung and stuff like that. So I didn't have a lot of time to do much research on this, but I will try and put some detail later on in the video when I'm editing this. So it's a Hagstrom, I believe it to be a Hagstrom Viking, and the serial number, going by what I could find out, makes it late 70s or something like that. But I've never played one of these before. Man, it's been great having this. I've done a few sound tests and stuff like that. So yes, this is a beautiful old 70s bolt-on neck semi-acoustic guitar. So let's have a look at how it arrived yesterday. So I think it really just needed a clean up and new strings. Let's look at the strings. Flat wound strings. Now my limited understanding of flat wound strings, they are designed for kind of jazzy, smooth sounds and stuff like that. Now that is not a part of my guitar arsenal. Clean sounds and smooth. It's not the sort of thing I do. Jazz chords are not my forte. However, I did learn one and I've got some sound samples coming up. Most of the stuff on this video will be clean sounds so you can hear these lovely sounding pickups. So let's hear my amateur jazz chord noodlings with a clean sound. I think all the amps in this will just be using a Fender, maybe a Marshall for some chords at the end, because I don't think this guitar and flat wound strings is really designed to be rocking, but you never know. So let's listen to some clean sounds from these pickups in this beautiful old Hagstrom guitar. So here it is, all cleaned up. Look at that. Man, there's a lot of work went into that. So I'm not overly familiar with the Hagstrom brand, but from a bit of Googling, I think this is a Hagstrom Viking from the late 70s, 78, 79 maybe. I found one with a similar serial number that said it was 1978, 79. So what did I do? Really, I just cleaned it all up, gave it a damn good polish. I got some contact cleaner into the pots, cleaned all the bridge up. I did raise the bridge a little. The strings were rattling a little, but I think the nut has maybe cut a little bit low, but that's not something I'm going to change. It actually plays okay now. I couldn't see anything in here for a model number. Pickups sitting quite high, but it's cleaned up very well. Now these were very clunky, still a little bit clunky. I had to put some 3-in-1 oil. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but in here. Now my understanding is, from what I could find on the internet, is this is the pickup selector. That was my cat jumping off the table there. And this is, I think, for changing the capacitor. I think down this way I found a wiring diagram from a Swede, I think it was, so this might be the same. If it's down here it's one capacitor, if it's up here it's another capacitor. I think if it's in the middle there's no capacitor, but I don't know. I'm just going to have to feel my way around. So I cleaned all the fretboard, fingerboard, and put some lemon oil on that. It's really nice, looking great, and it has on it chromes. It has the Dario XL ECG 23 flatwound strings. Flatwound strings. There you go. So it's quite a slim neck. I will put the measurements on screen right now to show you the dimensions of the neck. But it's nice, I've got to say. Look at that, that's beautiful headstock. I did put some lubrication on the tuners as well. They were a bit sticky. They're not the greatest of tuners, but they do work, and that's the main thing. So it is in tune. So beautiful, but maybe about an hour's work. See, the only setup was just raising this bridge a little to stop the strings rattling. So yes, flatwound strings for warm, mellow tones. Now, I've got to admit, warm, mellow tones is not usually part of my skill set, and flatwound strings, other than the 5 minutes I played this when I set it up, I've never tried flatwound strings before. But what we'll do is we'll plug this in and give it a little bit of a sound test, see what these pickups sound like, and if I find any more details on these, like I say, I think it's a Hagstrom Viking. If I find any more details, I will put them on screen while we're having a plink about with this rather lovely late 1970s Hagstrom semi-acoustic guitar. So of course a huge apology to any jazzers out there witnessing me trying to play a few chords which I'm not very good at. So flat wound strings and a wound G string, not a lot of bending going on in this. What do I think? I really quite enjoyed it. I mean, it's different. It's a different feel, but it's not as much as I thought it would be. To be honest, flat wounds, maybe not got as much sustain on them. I'm not entirely sure. I'm really quite surprised that it wasn't as difficult to play as what I thought it would be. But yeah, it's lovely, absolutely fantastic. I can't believe it. Somebody just turned up at the door and said, "Hi, could you put strings on this?" I was like, "Oh man, yeah, of course. I've never even seen one of these before. Never mind played one." So yeah, it's great. Just a beautiful looking old guitar, and the work that must have went into this. So really pleased with that. See, all I needed was a little clean, some contact cleaner, some lubrication. Do need to get these switch tips fixed. Quite a thin neck, like I said, but very playable. Is there any weak point in it? I don't think the tuners are the best, but they look fantastic. They're like big Grover Imperial tuners. So there you have it. That's today's surprise guitar. So for the end of the video, I normally do like a blues wail, you know, some aimless meandering in A minor normally, because I'm quite good at A minor. However, on this one I have decided just to go with a clean-ish sound. This is a Fender Champ, I think, with the gain turned down a little, and it's a backing track in B minor, I believe. And when the chorus part kicks in, I switched on an overdrive pedal, which I think is just like a tube screamer or something like that, just manually. So you see me putting my hand across to my Kemper and turning on the overdrive pedal. But yeah, smooth tones, even smooth tones from an old rock guy. There you go, folks. A surprise guitar, a Hagstrom, I believe to be a Hagstrom Viking. As ever, folks, if you want to drop a guitar off at my house, just come round. I'll put a few strings on and make a video. As ever, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsies Guitar World. Cheers for now.